गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू वैल्यू टॉक्स, जहाँ पे हम कोशिश करते हैं कि हम आप सबको गाइड करें ऑन वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स एंड वी गिव वैल्यू. दिस इज टुडेज टॉक इज अबाउट cyber security, the career in cyber security, A to Z. We want to cover the things जिसके बारे में ज़्यादातर लोगों को बहुत सारे डाउट रहते हैं कि हम suitable, whether I am suitable or not. बहुत सारे myths रहते हैं. कैसे, how to test waters, और किस तरीके से मैं पता लगाऊं कि मैं सूटेबल हूं कि नहीं हूं विदाउट स्पेंडिंग टू मच ऑफ मनी. एंड उसके अलावा और कौन कौन सी लाइन है. डू आई हैव टू बी वेरी टेक्निकल, क्या मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा टेक्निकल एक्यूमेंट की ज़रूरत है, क्या ये हैकिंग है. जिस तरह के भी सवाल हैं, किस तरह के जॉब प्रोस्पेक्ट्स हैं, जो भी सवाल है आपके दिमाग में, वो सारे के सारे वी विल ट्राई एंड रिमूव दोज डाउट्स टुडे. And for that, we have with us Commander Bhim Reddy. Bhim, are you there? Hi,
Yes,
hi,
sir.
Bhim. Good to be back with you, Bhim, again. Uh,
Same.
I will just give a brief introduction about Bhim. Bhim is a naval officer, and he's founder and CEO of a brand called the Hacker Central, which was earlier known as, and the holding company still remains as, the Offensive Defense Cyber Solutions. Right, Bhim? And
Correct.
they are into providing training on cybersecurity, and they have practical labs for that. And he also offers consultancy to multinationals as well as government agencies, and they have tie-ups with various institutions here as well as abroad. So Bhim has been in IT division of Navy, and thereafter he made a career for himself. In fact, he's an entrepreneur in the field of cybersecurity and best person to answer all the questions which we have. So welcome, Bhim.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here. Good morning, everyone.
So morning, everyone. We'll just go ahead without wasting much time. I can see some old pals, Rakesh Pillai. I can see you there, and many others. Thank you so much for joining. And uh, so before that, if you people have not joined Value Talks, let me tell you, Value Talks is one of the fastest growing group for veterans and their wards and their spouses. And we have, groups for almost everything, be it your career, be it your financial solutions, be it your matrimony, be it anything, you name it, legal help, travel, you name a thing, and we have it. And it is all, all this help is available to you. You can join the groups and take, you know, basic legal help, or you can, if you want to know about, if you're traveling to some place and you want to know about that, where to go, how to stay, all those things are available by just by peer interaction, by interacting with the members. So it's a wonderful, wonderful platform for which gives you immense value. Must join if you have not already done that. So going ahead, okay, Beam will we have already recorded 4 videos on it on in this series. However, they have not been made public, so it is a 5 video series on this particular topic. And I don't think that after going through all these 5 videos, which are very very short videos, anybody will have any doubt how to make a career in cybersecurity. Be whether you are an ex armed forces officer or spouse or ward or anyone. तो भीम शुरू करें.
Sure, sir. I'm ready. Yeah.
Right. So Bhim, we have already spoken about various aspects of cybersecurity in our previous talk, and also which are already available on Value Talk YouTube channel. How does one discover the suitability? सबसे पहले तो यही है. आधे से, बल्कि आधे नहीं, 90% ऑफ लोग, पीपल विच आर देयर, मेरे जैसे भी, जो कि इसी बात से डर जाते हैं कि अरे साइबर सिक्योरिटी तो बहुत ज़्यादा टेक्निकल है, कोडिंग कैसे करेंगे, हाउ टू गेट इनटू समबडी एल्सेस सिस्टम. वी हैव सो मेनी मिथ्स. सो हाउ टू डिस्कवर द सूटेबिलिटी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, कि whether I am suitable for this profession, this domain or not?
Okay. Firstly, thank you very much, Manish sir and Value Talks for having me here. I'll share whatever I can. If it will be of help to our veteran community and also the armed forces community, including wards and spouses and everybody else, it will be great. Coming to your first question, sir, regarding if you testing your suitability, right? Testing suitability is I would say that the best way to do is jump into the deep side of the water. That means you.
No, sorry, let me complete the question. Testing
Yeah.
suitability without afford with, I mean, without spending a fortune.
Okay.
You know,
So for example, if people have already, if some of you have already got some exposure into the IT or at least a little bit of it during your tenures, whether it's in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or any of the paramilitary forces, uh, or if some of you might have had exposure even before joining the forces. So you will be having a fair idea that it is a bit technical, but a lot of it, once you go into a kind of a managerial level after 10 years, 12 years of your service and all that, it gets less technical and more leadership involved in this one, right? Similarly, it's like that. If you want to test your aptitude, there are a lot of resources available out there. And the internet today, there is so much of information overload on the internet. But yes, you have to cut the clutter and get right into the right kind of resources. Maybe down the line, when we talk about more questions, I can point you to some kind of resources. But yes, see, you need not get scared about the term cybersecurity or information security, which comes across as a very, very highly technical word, right? So there are some technical roles also, but there are some non-technical leadership kind of roles, including security auditors and things like that, wherein you will require certain amount of technical acumen, but it's not completely coding and scripting and trying to hack into somebody else. It is not like that. Cybersecurity is a very, very wide domain, and there are specific roles available. And when you go into leadership role, you can have a little bit of exposure to each one of these things, but okay, maybe hold on to one particular aspect of it, and then go into it. Having said that, there are a lot of free resources available on the website, on the internet. You can check. You can, you can try into some of these platforms, going into some of these platforms to test your aptitude. But yes, the interest is what will keep you in.
and the persistence also.
Persistence, yes.
Many times,
So that I'll just come to that. For those of you who have just started into cybersecurity or information security domain, cybersecurity is not about just one course. It's not like some certified Scrum Master or some one particular course, right? You always have to remember that it's a journey. So for the journey to start, you have to start somewhere, right? Very, very foundational aspects of IT or cybersecurity. See, security is what you are trying to put a layer of security over your IT infrastructure, similar to what you have a particular. So if I have to give a layman type of an example, if there is a military base, firstly there is an infrastructure where everything is set inside, right? Then you put a layer of security, you put multi layers of security to secure that particular infrastructure, right? Similarly, the cyber security is all about putting layers of controls in place to to make your IT infrastructure more and more secure, so that outside people will not be able to enter inside. Unauthorized information is not going outside. Intrusion is not happening, and a lot of other things. At the same time, you have to make things available to people also to enable business. It has to enable business, right? So that's how it is. So it's a journey. It's a journey to start with. You have to have your fundamentals in IT right, and then your fundamentals in cybersecurity also right. As we go through this particular interview, maybe I'll take you through step by step as to how to go about it.
भीम आपने ये नहीं बताया कि अगर कोई चाहता है, if somebody wants to test waters without significant financial commitments,
Yes.
I mean, using affordable or free resources available, so
So
what would you
yes.
recommend to gauge their aptitude?
Okay, so first thing I would always recommend anybody. A lot of times, what happens is that you're thinking about a particular career, a particular path in career, especially when you're coming outside, whether you're a short service commission officer or whether you're a PMR. So your journey should start a bit early. We'll come to that. But talking to people who are in that particular field is step number one, right? So that is free of cost. Most of the veterans are available for us to talk in any case. A lot of people reach out to me also. I talk to them and tell about it. Apart from that, talking to people and getting some amount of clarity as what are the kinds of roles available, what is this available and all that. So there are resources like, there are a lot of stuff is available in YouTube, but first what you need to do is you need to find very, very foundational stuff. What is cybersecurity and how to get your career path into it, and what is the kind of certifications that are available. And then there are certain things like networking and Linux and all that you need to test out. So there are resources available. One of those resources I can talk about is Udemy is there. Udemy is a very good resource in which there are short courses available at a very reasonable price. And then there are, once you go into a little ahead, don't go straight away jump into the certifications, right? Where they all start with C, Certified Information Security Professional, or CISSP, CISM, CISA, and all those things. You don't have to start for that. First, what you do is foundational aspects. First, you make your path. First let me get my foundations clear, then I will go into the certifications and get my advanced concepts in place, right? So for those things, you have to test out something, your knowledge in networking. Your networking has to be very, very network concepts, how IT infrastructure is made in a very comprehensive manner. You should learn about it. So for that also, there are courses available. On LinkedIn Learning also is one very good resource that is available, wherein there are a lot of short courses available where you can get fundamentals cleared about this particular thing. And there are these platforms, skill development platforms, called as CTF platform. CTF stands for Catch the Flag. This is to test out certain things, on your aptitude, basic aptitude, as to whether you will be able to build those networks, or whether you will be able to write those small, solve those small problems. It's very easy. It's not difficult at all. The term sounds like catch the flag means basically there'll be a puzzle that will be given to you. You go there and do some play around, and then hold that particular thing, and you put your flag on top of the hill, right? That is the funda, basically, catch the flag. So Pico CTF is one such particular platform. Then there is CTF World, and there are these platforms like tryhackme.com, which are a part of it is, in fact, freely available for people to, go about and learn a little bit about security and how the things work. Right? Such kind of resources are available. Sir, if you want, I can, at the end of it, maybe I can send a short this thing about a listing of these.
Yeah, so that we can share it with people, okay, with our members. Okay, so beyond core technical roles, what are some allied fields in cybersecurity?
Okay, so
Which people can join? I mean, so like we have all sort of people. Some are very technical. They understand how the operating system works, how to get inside, where the loopholes. Then there are people who understand the security, but they are not very technical. So and as you said कि cyber security जो है वो बहुत ही vast domain है. So what are those allied fields also besides core technical field in cyber security which people can explore?
Okay, so cybersecurity, like I mentioned earlier, also is vast domain, and only once you go on top, like once you become a general or an admiral or something like that, then you look after the entire vertical, right? But before that, there are different verticals. So if I just simply say that, like on top, if there is a chief information security officer or the chief information officer (CIO), in any corporate setup, for example, who is heading the cybersecurity, entire information security domain. Under him, there will be 2-3 different verticals, right? One vertical is all about, governance, risk, and compliance. That means setting up of policies, procedures, guidelines, and some kind of risk assessment, and as to how, what are the types of risks that are available, that are happening, like ransomware attacks and all those things, and accordingly, what is the kind of budget, or what are the kind of projects that we need to give to our architecture people, right? So this is called as a governance, risk, and compliance part of it. The compliance means basically whatever steps you take to comply to the regulations. So this is one vertical. The other vertical is the security operations, wherein daily operations of people who sitting in security operations center, looking at continuous monitoring and all that is going on. And the third vertical is the core, more technical people who are kind of security architects and engineering and all that. So remember, if there is a vertical, it's almost like a, under the chief we have commands, right? So if there is a operational command, there is a maintenance command, and there is a logistics command, something like that. In security also, uh, if you have to divide any large organization, there will be people, governance, risk and compliance, and there will be operations, the operational command where daily operations are going on, and then the engineering or the security architecture kind of a thing. So I would say that a lot of non-technical roles are available in the governance, risk and compliance part of it, and it's a major chunk. You know why? Because a lot of security is driven by compliance. Okay, means I'll just tell you an example. For example, if there is a bank, okay, HDFC Bank, it has to survive in the industry, right? If the bank has to survive in the industry, the first thing it has to do is it has to set up its infrastructure, and then it has to comply to the regulations of the industry, like it has to comply to the RBI guidelines. Otherwise, it cannot become a bank at all, right? So that is the first thing. So RBI says, okay, so if you have to, these are the regulations that have to be put in place so that customer data is protected and money is safe and all those things. So they give a guideline, set of guidelines and all that. So people have to make sure, first thing that company has to make sure is that you are complying to the regulations of the government, laws of the government and regulations that are given by the bodies, right? So a lot of this, so that is the first thing that happens. So that becomes very, very important aspect of it. And for ensuring this compliance and also governance, it comes under the security only. But there are these are very non-technical roles, which needs leadership, understanding of the entire infrastructure, IT, security, everything, and putting it in perspective for the business, right? Which is very abundantly available with us once we have spent 20 years, 10 years in service, like 20 years in service. We have done a lot of roles, and you know that what are the roles and responsibilities of people and how it fits into the larger picture, right? So it's a very non-technical, but an overlap of little bit of understanding of technical aspects. So that's so you remember, governance, risk and compliance is a major chunk of security part, which is open and available for a lot of people to pursue if they are very non-technical.
So thank you, Bhim. Thank you so much for being here and guiding us in this particular career journey, how to go about it. I'm sure कि बहुत सारे लोगों को बहुत सारी चीज़ें क्लियर हुई होंगी, and जो थोड़े बहुत डाउट्स रह भी गए होंगे, so now they can link with you, they can send queries to us, and we will try and find the answers. And for everyone else, thank you so much. आप लोग वैल्यू टॉक के साथ जुड़े. I still request everyone, give it a wide this thing, share the links in your particular communities, in your particular groups, so that more and more people can join Value Talk family and benefit from it. There is an immense value hidden in this particular platform, and we are growing at a phenomenal rate. So, and it is all because of you, because of our members. Thank you so much for joining.